When I deal with my clients, and most of them are organizations under $5 million in sales, they're doing very little marketing or no marketing at all. I want them to embrace video because I believe in video, even though admittedly I don't use it as much as I should. I need to get back on LinkedIn. I should probably start experimenting with TikTok. And when I press them to embrace video, the pushback is production quality. We have to script it, we have to storyboard it, we have to make sure it looks good. And I say, listen, you have to start somewhere. You have to start making videos so that you're actually in the video business. I look at the way that I make videos. I have a $200 set of lights. I use an iPhone with a nice tripod, and I use just Script, this amazingly easy, user friendly video editing platform. And I put videos out there that admittedly aren't the highest quality in the world. My face is out there. I personalize my brand. I'm in the video game, and I try to convince my clients this is a good approach to experiment. One of the things that has become obvious during the pandemic is that people accept lower standards of video. Production levels don't have to be high because, admittedly, we're all working at home. I do question the fact that there's such a resistance to just using some simple tools to get going.
It's a lot to do with experimentation. It's the fear of the unknown and being a little afraid, especially when it's paired with results. Sometimes we speak with clients, they say, "Oh, what's the ROI on that video?" There is no ROI on that video. Nobody could guarantee ROI on the video the same way they can't guarantee ROI on a piece of content. They could guarantee impressions, but that would be done purely with ads. And again, there's a big question mark on where that audience comes from. You can't guarantee it. And if people come to video with that kind of resistance, it's going to be harder. But what they need to know, and why we're talking about video, 80% of people want to consume visual content and not in a written format. They want to watch it. The other one, which is really important, is trust curve, because the trust through video is much higher than through words. I could guarantee pretty much for any B2B company, they will go on YouTube or on Google and look them up at a certain point in a deal cycle. They'll try to look them up and they'll land on that interview or in that picture. That's something they'll watch it, especially when they're a little bit closer to the bottom of the funnel, when they're in a consideration stage where maybe they're about to sign a deal, maybe they've done a few demos, and video really, really helps. Now, how many views that video going to get? Maybe 20. If you sign a 150K deal, that's pretty good. All these considerations that need to happen, that's one of the reasons why we decided to instead going from the tactic as a company is trying to convert written content to video, we decided, hey, let's talk about B2B video strategy and playbook. If that stuff is not there, and most of the time it's not, then it just doesn't make sense to even try, because we end up with a one-off few pieces of content, kind of work, they don't really work. But the big part is they are not synced with marketing campaigns, or they're not synced with sales enablement. So then there's no distribution in place, sales is not using it, maybe marketing is not using it. So then the video exists on a webinar page under resources. Maybe they posted on a LinkedIn page, on the company page that got 4 likes. Maybe they've shared it with their newsletter, but that's not really the type of distribution that is going to get results. And we're talking, if it's a webinar, if it's a podcast, 45-minute, a relatively boring piece of content. It's good to have it to rank YouTube #2 engine on search. It's great. But in terms of optimizing for consumption, where you actually going to get results, not the best way to do it. Short clips partially solve that challenge, but only partially. What you really want to be thinking is how to natively create videos that are a recap of what you have on a podcast, or a recap of what you have in a written video format, that also don't cost insane amount.